good morning. Let's talk about the 3D system of this makeup. So it's not like traditional foundation where it's a liquid foundation, that you put on. What happens with liquid foundation, it turns to powder, which is why your skin looks caked, right? Even though it goes on like a liquid, it turns to powder. These are cream makeups from Saint, and they come in little tins like this. So when you see me post about a color match, what that means is I'm going to match your skin. Most of the time when people go and get, buy their foundation, they're matching their face, but your skin actually has 3 different shades to it at least, right? So the first area, we call that the beard. We're going to match that to your neck. You know how you see people that have a line? And then it's like the neck is forgotten. You have to blend in your neck, right? I'm not saying you have to be the type that gets makeup all over your collars. I'm not saying that at all. But we're going to blend into the neck. Then the next one is like a ski mask, okay? So it's just going right above your lip, right above your brow, okay? Then the next color is what we call pop. It's going to go right down the middle of your nose, under your eye. This area, we're not putting anything on it. Why? Because we're going to put contour and bronzer and blush. So why put more product on there before you need it and when you don't need it? Okay, so this is just an eyeshadow brush that I don't use anymore. This is how I apply my foundation. So I'm going to start with the darkest one. This shade is called Mango. And all I'm doing is just slapping it on. Doesn't have to be pretty because I'm going to blend. Okay, now see this right here? This is a scar from cancer. So I just run a little bit down to that area. Plus, I'm 58, so I have sunspots, things like that. So there's nothing wrong with, making your neck look pretty too. Okay, this is the middle shade. This is called Wheat. This is the one that's going to go like a ski mask. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit on the sides of my nose and then above my eyebrows. Doesn't have to be too much. That's the beauty of this, is that you're actually not using a lot of makeup. A lot of times people will think like, oh my gosh, 3 different ones. They think it's 3 different layers at the same time. It's not. Okay, so this is sunlit, and this is just going, we call this the pop. Okay, these are the areas you want to highlight. I may have just put that in my eyelashes. I don't know, can't really tell. Okay, so this is just the rough application. Some people use their fingers. I've already prepped my eyes, but I'll just show you what I do. So I use this same color on my eyes to get ready for eyeshadow. Then I go in, this is called the detail brush. Okay, there's several different brushes you can use to blend these cream makeup. I like this one the best. I like that the ends are, it's blunt, right? The tighter the bristles, it keeps the makeup right where you need it. If I used a soft, fluffy, big one like this, it would move that makeup all over the place. So all I'm doing is I'm just tapping and lightly dragging. Again, I'm not coming up in this area because I don't need any color there. I don't want to put any more on my skin than I need to. There's no rhyme or reason like where to start. You're not going to wash your brush in between. You're just going to blend it. Because these shades, when you get a color match, they're very similar. And, that's by design. It's not like your face looks completely different. But this is 3D effects. So we are highlighting, we're highlighting the areas like where I'm working on right now. This is the brighter area, okay? This is the area that, we draw attention up to the eye. I saved my eyes for last. And I'm going to come in and just blend out that neck. See, it's not like it's going crazy. It's not like I have, a lot of makeup on. I just want it to blend in with this color right in here, okay? Especially if you've been out in the sun, you'll get little sunspots and stuff like that. That neck color is always going to be different than your face. I'm going to turn it over to this little end, and all I'm doing is I'm just tapping and moving it, okay? I don't want to pull in this eye area, so I'm just tapping and moving it. Close my eye. So then I'm going to go in with the Perfector sponge, okay? This is a really nice sponge, and all I'm doing is I'm just tapping it all into place. Just kind of, you know, any edges that I didn't get, I'm just muting it all out. I talked about this hack in another video that I did, but this is the lip conditioner. It's just a lip one. I put this under my eyes, just dab it on before I put on the highlights. Highlights are another word for foundation. I do that because it just moves the makeup in a really nice way. And I like how it feels. I still have under eye cream on, but I like how it feels. Okay, so all I'm doing is blending. So I didn't use very much, just a little bit. Now the next step we're going to do is the contour. The reason why contour is so important is because it actually gives your face shape. The older we get, you know, gravity happens and our face tends to droop, so we're trying to pull it back up. And you don't have to be old to do this. I've been sitting in a makeup chair as a professional model for years, and they always put contour on me. So contour, this is my, I'm an artist, so I have a lot of palettes. I don't use all of these, but this is the one I'm using right here. It's Indigo. And again, this is just an eyeshadow brush. It's not from Saint, it's just an old one I had. I'm just gonna find my cheekbone area, and I'm coming right underneath it, okay? You do want to make sure they're even. You don't want one lower than the other. And then I'm going to take some, and I'm just going to go around my hairline, and then just a little bit on the sides of my nose. And right here, and whatever's left over, I'm going to give myself a little more of a definition of a neck. Okay, then I'm going to take, this is the powder brush. It has, can you see it has an edge that's sloped, and then this end is just kind of like an oval. So what I do is I'm going to take a little bit of setting spray, and I'm just going to spray it. Yesterday I did this and I sprayed my mirror. I was like, oh gosh. And so I'm just tapping it right over where I put that contour. I'm just tapping it and moving it. Okay, I'm going to come back to that one. I'm moving this one up into my hairline. Okay, and then I'll come back to this. I'm not using this motion because I don't want the color to go all over the place. I'm trying to keep it right in this area. So remember, we didn't put any foundations there, and that's why, because we're putting this color there. We don't need it. It's not going to matter. It's not going to show up. So, you know, when people worry that, oh my gosh, there's so many steps to Saint, there's so much, it's actually, it makes a lot of sense to me because you're only putting what you want in that certain area. Not everything's getting that attention at that time. Okay, just cleaning up under my neck and then down the sides of my nose. The premise of contouring your nose is to give it a shape, right? So let's say you have a wide nose. You're going to bring your contour lines in more to the center, okay? You're going to shadow the sides. If you have a really narrow nose, you're going to widen it up. If you have just a nose that's not too wide, not too skinny, then you can just do just a tiny bit. Or you can leave this whole step out right here if you want to. Just gives you a little shape, okay? There's that. Now, I'm going to come in with the bronzer. So why bronzer? Bronzer is like the sunshine of your face. Gives you your, like what the sunshine would do. Just gives you some color. The color I'm going to use is Bella. It's a bronzer. It's a little creamier than the contour. And so I have my contour line here, but I'm going to put this above it. Just a little bit, okay? Oops. And then I'm going to put it also on my forehead. This is just a different shade. It's a little more brown. And that's it. Not a ton, not a whole lot. This is why this makeup is so fast, because you don't have to use a lot. Now I'm using, sorry. I'm using the blush and powder brush. Blush and bronzer brush, sorry. So the small end, I'm just tapping. Again, everything is a tapping motion. I know we were all taught to do the big sweepy circle motions, but not today, friends. We're blending it up into the hairline. Now, if you notice, this area is lit, right? This is the one that we don't want dark all in here because we're drawing attention to the eyes. And then I'm just coming in and cleaning it up, just buffing it out with this brush. It's a little fluffier. See the difference? This one's tight, this one's more fluffy, okay? And I don't mind that because I don't mind that this one's going, I don't need this color to be defining. Now, if I feel like I've gone too much under where I wanted to keep my highlighter, I'm just gonna go back in with the same brush that I put my highlights on, and I'm just gonna buff it out. I feel like I have a hair somewhere that's in the way. Okay, cheek color. So, I have, again, I'm an artist, so I have a lot of them, right? But the family that I think I'm going to choose today is going to be more in the neutrals. So, let's see. I'm going to go in with this color. Yeah, I love this color. This color is called Frenchie. I just want to make sure I got the right one. Frenchie is a really good color to have no matter what your skin tone is, and here's why. First of all, Frenchie has something in it that if you have like a sunspot or you have redness, you can put this on before your other foundations, highlights, right? You can put it on before and it kind of camouflages it out. But the thing about this one, first of all, it's really creamy, it doesn't take a lot, is that it's a really soft, it's a soft color. So you're not gonna get like a ton of vibrant colors, and that's fine. Y'all, it's a Sunday. I'm not doing nothing. And then I'm going in the same brush, same one that I did my Bella bronzer, and I'm just tapping it. Okay? Now, what I like to do is I have them on a little more intense than I would normally walk around the world in, and that's okay because I'm going to set it. You either need to set with setting spray or you need to set it with powder because it's cream. You want to make sure you set it. So I just use a loose powder. This is Laura Mercier. And I'm using the big end of this blush and bronzer brush. Whatever you're going to use your powder in for Saint, don't mix it with your cream, okay? So if I use this brush for cream and then I put this brush in here, eventually something is going to get, like my tins, the creamy tins are going to get crusty because I put powder in it through the brush. So I only dedicate this brush for my powder. Okay, so I've loaded it up and all I'm doing is I'm pressing it in. I'm going to go over my entire area, including the eye. And now I'm just setting it. And what this does too is it kind of mutes out the colors because it's a matte look. Working in TV for all these years, it's just a no-no to have a shiny face. So I'm used to a matte look. I like how it feels on my skin a lot better. And there you have it. There you have it. I haven't done my eyes yet as far as color or my lips, but that is the basic application of the 3D foundations from Saint. If you guys want a color match, if you want me to match your skin and get you on this roll, I'd love to. Just message me here. Have a good one. Bye.